What's up, everyone? It's Flax coming to you from my USA vacation where I'm having a great time in MAGA country with all the freedom lovers. And I see that they're doing polls continuously. I don't know why, there's no election in the horizon, but they keep doing polls to tout the fact that Carney would get a majority government if there was an election right now. And I can't get my head around it. I don't understand it. The guy hasn't accomplished anything, and they're putting him up on a pedestal, and it makes no sense. He ran on a campaign that was almost exclusively focused on dealing with Donald Trump and getting a trade deal for Canada, and he hasn't done so. So it's an epic failure. And as I posted earlier, and I'll quote that post below, he speaks in vagaries. He doesn't talk about anything specific. And you know what? This is a liberal trait. We saw it with Trudeau for 10 years. They speak so vaguely that they can never be held to account. He keeps talking about, building big things and it's time to build this and that. He doesn't mention anything specific because then you can't hold him to account. In the real world, he would be expected to table a list of projects, budgets for each one of them, realistic timelines, and he'd be held to account. But of course, his supporters, liberal voters, and the media, they won't hold him to account. They're praising him for accomplishing nothing. And we went through 10 years of this with Trudeau, where Trudeau would announce things that he was going to do in the future, and then he'd take credit for stuff that he hadn't done. And they would praise him for just making announcements. And now, we're several months into Carney's tenure, and we're seeing the same nonsense over and over again, that he's just making vague announcements at pressers and taking credit for stuff that is vague and hasn't been started. So anyways, just yet another one of my critiques of what is going to be the Carney years, and all indications are that it's just going to be more and more of the same nonsense, and I don't understand why people are voting for it. I will never understand the mind of a liberal voter. But anyways, that's life in Canada these days. I'll see you all soon, back in my gym. As always, peace.